welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is a Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. We have 2 more shoots before the end of Washington Wine Month. I sort of said at the beginning that I probably wouldn't do all Washington wine, but I'm going to do all Washington wines. Why not? It is Washington Wine Month. What the heck? Right at the end of it, going into April, Easter is coming up right away. Crazy, a little early this year. Although a couple years ago it was already upon us. It kind of fluctuates. I think it's based on the first full moon after the spring equinox is viewed from Israel. I think is the way they determine when Easter arrives. I had a little hail today, kind of crazy. I have a fun wine tasting coming up tonight. I was auctioned off to do a wine event for some folks for Home Trust in San Juan County, and I am going to fulfill that tonight. I'm looking forward to it a lot. We have 2 Washington red blends here, both $10. Just a few fun facts. I figure the last 2 episodes of Washington Wine Month, we just talk a little bit about what's going on in the state of Washington. There are approximately, more than 70 different varietals grown in Washington State. Now, if you think, well, that isn't that many. I mean, there's 3,000 in Italy, of course. But just try to name off 70 varietals. I know I couldn't do it, personally. Even though I spend a lot of time studying about wine, talking about wine, reading about wine, I still would have a hard time naming even close to 30 varietals. I suppose if you give me enough time, I could probably hit 30. There's 14 AVAs, or appellations, agricultural, viticultural areas in the state of Washington. Yakima is one of the oldest AVAs. The largest, of course, is Columbia Valley. Encompasses a huge amount of AVAs right inside of Columbia Valley, including Walla Walla, which a lot of people consider the premium AVA of Washington State. There are 350 wine grape growers. Top 36% of the grapes grown are white wines. White grapes, excuse me. Be nice if we could grow wines. 64% of grapes grown are red wine, or red grape varietals. There are now 55,000 acres planted in the state of Washington. 55,000 acres. In 1993, there was 11,100 acres. That's huge, huge difference. In 1985 or 1981, there were only 19 wineries. 1981, 19 wineries. My daughter was born in 82. I don't even think I was really looking at wine that much in 81. I remember buying some wine and having some people over, and it was really dry red, and it just kind of turned me off for a while. Changed a lot since then. Anyway, those are a couple little cool facts about Washington State, second largest wine producing state in the United States, and garners huge accolades by wine critics, a lot of the wines from Washington State. But they also pump out a lot of really great wines that aren't that expensive. The first one we're going to try is Ryan Patrick. Let's go this way. 2016 Ryan Patrick Redhead Red, Columbia Valley. It is a blend of Cab, Merlot, and Syrah. And they did not put that on the label. I had to look it up, and you know that pisses me off. Just put it on the label for, why not? I don't care if you put percentages. Okay, I'm going to quit. That just really irritates me. By the way, if you want to comment, whether you email me, I'll mention it on the next episode, hopefully, or next time I shoot. Email me, make a comment down below so other people can see it. How badly do you want wineries to at least put what grapes are in there, especially when it's a blend? Do you want to see that do that? Do you feel the same way I do? Does it make you angry that you don't know what's in your wine, or you just buy it and drink it, and if it's good, it's good, I mean, that's okay too. Fine with me. But I like to see what's in it, personally. Let's see what we get on the nose. Cab, Merlot, Syrah. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm getting a little bit of green, like tomato leaf. I get a little bit of tobacco. There's some, it's kind of a sweetness on the nose. A little charcoal, a little, I'm trying to hit the fruit that I'm getting on there. It's almost like somebody dumped a bunch of blackberries in a charcoal briquette. You know what I mean? You're kind of getting that blackberry, sweet, charcoal, tobacco thing going on the nose. It's a pretty expressive aromatics. Let's see what we get on the palate. Kind of simple. I get plums, blackberries. There's a really interesting kind of a sweet fruit coming through, but I'm not exactly sure what it is. I can't quite nail it. It's a little simple, a little thin, not hugely complex, but good fruit flavors. Definitely good fruit flavors. This is a delicious wine. I hope I mentioned these are both $10. A little bit of currant coming through, definitely currant on the back end, and plums and blackberries, and very delicious and very simple. I think a lot of people would like that. It's just a glug, glug, glug wine. You're watching the finals, NCAA final championships going on right now as I'm filming this. You can just sit here and, this is a quaffer. Just like slug it down, don't think about it, but it is very good. You could serve this to any group of people and they probably wouldn't stick their nose up at it. Like the blackberries lingering around with the currants, it does have a fairly long finish. It's lacking complexity. There's really no expansion on the mid palate. The acidity is kind of low, but it's there. It's good. Yeah, there's just not a lot going on, but definitely delicious. I'm just going to go straight up C. It's an average wine, but very good. I mean, in the delicious category. So, another $10 wine. This is from Townsend Cellars. They're based out of Spokane. Townsend Cellars. This is non-vintage. I think I mentioned that was 16. In fact, this is one of the first 16s I've tasted in a while. They obviously scream through that stuff if they're already on 16. So this is a non-vintage. It's a purple table wine. It is 13.7 alcohol. No mention of the grapes again. Just saying. I couldn't even find it online, by the way. It was sold out on their website. No mention at all of what grapes are in it. I think I was talking to the dude that, one of the boys that owns a winery, and he might have told me, but it didn't stick in my brain. But just put it on the label, guys. Really, just something. I mean, I cannot be the only one that wants to see what's in the blasted wine. Really? Really? All right. Non-vintage, so they can, blend vintages. Pretty cool label on this one. There you go. Let's see what we get on the nose. So the first one, average wine, delicious. Let's see what we get here. Now this is like candied plums. I mean, really, like those hard candies you got at Christmas time? Kind of like that smell, real candied. Very perfumed, like I get a little bit of violets, like violet soap out of, if somebody had a bar of violet soap in the bathroom, you get that kind of aromatics from this. There's a touch of tobacco coming through. I actually like this nose. It's a kind of like a delicious nose, if that makes any sense. I mean, I really like it. I could smell this one all day, but I won't, for your sake. Okay, I can get carried away with that smelling. I admit it. Let's see what we get on the palate. Crazy. I get cola, cinnamon, blackberries, a bit of tobacco. I mean, this is a crazy palate. I mean, crazy. It's delicious. I mean, it's got good acidity. It kind of lifts in the mouth, making my mouth water. I like the cinnamon aspect, and there's a little bit of chocolate coming through on the back end. Thins out just a little bit on the finish, but I like that candied blackberry with the cinnamon, like somebody sprinkled a little bit of cinnamon on a candied blackberry piece of candy. Then there's just a little touch of tobacco coming through, just a hint coming through. Nice lift. It's bright, but it's not. The acidity is so well integrated that you don't really even think about it, but it does lift it in the mouth. Kind of gives it that nice mouth-watering feel. Like this one a lot. It's crazy. And on the backside, just get a little bit of char, just a little touch. Now, such a contrast in $10 bottles. Yes, delicious wine. Yes, you can all drink it and make everybody happy. Yes, delicious wine. Yes, you can make everybody happy, including somebody who, you know, has a little bit of wine background, wants a little bit of structure to their wine. This is a better food wine than this one by far. This has more interesting characteristics to it by far. Yeah, huge contrast. But at the same time, both, you know, you can make people happy with either one. I have to go, I love that lingering kind of, feels like I just, you know, I crunched on one of those blackberry candies, had a little bit of that filling in it, you know what I mean? Remember those? Maybe, I'm obviously dating myself. Yeah, and it's lingering around. I mean, it thins out, but then it kind of hangs on, if that makes sense. I'm going to go B+. I think that's a great bottle of wine for $10. I mean, I see why they're sold out on their website. I hope I can get my hands on some. Don't have it at the store yet. For those of you of my homies at Watsy's, not at the store yet. I plan on getting some, and I hope you can get your hands on some because this is a really good bottle of wine for $10. Thanks for taking a little bit of time out of your day to watch. Make a comment if you want any suggestions on what I should do with this program. Hope you're enjoying it. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.